Yes. Okay, it's recording. You're welcome. So let's then start from the beginning. So we are solving this exercise one. Sorry. So we are solving exercise one, and just look at from PDF. Okay, you have this. So you see our class is has this keyword abstract, which means incomplete. And incomplete class can have also incomplete methods, which you can only declare the methods and have no body. You see, usually your methods have body and you write some code, right? But in our case, we have just declared the methods, but without any definition, without any body. And in our child classes, for example, in CAD, here in our constructor, we have initialized some values to the properties. You see, we are accessing to the variables through setters. Why? Because our variables are private, right? Private means we cannot even access them even from the child class. For example, if I want to access them, you see, hey, you see, idea cannot find it. Even it's saying height has private access. So we have initialized with some values through setters. Then we have defined the methods sleep, eat, and animal sound, which are in our parent class called animal. You see, here is the abstract declared but undefined class methods, and here we have, let's say, methods defined. Yugar, do you have any questions about inheritance? Inheritance is this. Any questions?
No.
No, right?
Yes.
Okay, now let's create some animal. Just
sorry, I have a question.
Yes.
What if we don't override some method? What will happen?
Yes, for your question, we're gonna do some, I will answer your question by doing some actions. For example, just give me some suggestion. Let's create some exact animal. What animal should we create?
Fish.
Fish, right? Okay, great, fish. Fish, let's say it's also extends from animal, right? And now our idea is saying something is wrong because it's underlying some red lines, right? If we read the, let's say, error, it's saying class fish must either be declared abstract or implement abstract method sleep in animal. Why? Because here we are saying that our class fish is complete method, which means that we have to define the incomplete these methods, right? We can do that easily by pressing generate and implement methods. You see, I can choose 3 of them and press enter. You see, now I can write something, I can define the method. For example, sleeping or eating, I don't know, some червяк, I don't know what's in English. Worm. I remember worm. So even if fish has no sound, let's say blue, 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 blue. Yes. Okay, you got it, right? And we can here set color. Let's Imagine that this is orange. Said height is, I don't know, something like 50. It's a big fish, or weight is something like 10. So you got it, right? So right now we have created fish. For the question, what if we do not override these methods? You got the answer, right? Otherwise, you will have this error. IDEA will not compile your, you will have compile error. You must either implement it, or you have to, let's say, define your class as abstract, which means that this class is also incomplete, which means that the child classes of fish should define these methods. In our case, our fish is complete, and yes. Do you have any questions about this, about inheritance in Java?
No.
Okay, great. So I hope that you understand how inheritance works in Java. For example, even if you look at cow, this is the same as others, but with some different definitions. For example, you can give different values and define the value, define the methods differently: dog, fish, wolf, and so on, so on. And in our main, let's say, in our main methods, let's use them. For example, animal, you can reference to them as animal, right? As they are animal. For example, cat. Sorry, I forgot new. So cat. So now you can access cat's properties. For example, get height. You got it, right? Even if get height is not defined in the cat, you see, right? But it is defined in animal. But as cat is a child class of animal, you can get an access to the animal classes, methods, and properties if they are public or protected within the same package. Do you have any questions?
Yes, we define animal cat, but can we define cat? Cat is an object of class cat, or no?
Cat as a last, yes, sure. You mean that?
Could we use yes, like that, like this?
Yes, you can do that. You can do that. For example, you can even create some animal cat1 and get a reference to cat. You got it? It's like it's like a calling you by write your name or family name. You got it, right? For example, you got the idea, right?
Yes.
So this is like that. So any questions about exercise 1 or inheritance overall?
No.
Okay, great. Then where is our, sorry. Yes. So then let's move to exercise 2. So you see, exercise 2, let me briefly explain to you. So it says that you have to implement classes for different shapes such as circle, rectangle, triangle, square, and ellipse. Add corresponding members and functions to calculate the area and perimeter of the shapes. So the note is you have to use inheritance for minimizing the amount of code. You know how inheritance could be used in Java. So start working on this exercise, and this is for you. It's not graded, but you have to, this is how to say, for your for your own. If you complete this, just start exercise 3 and so on, so on. And while you are solving, we will discuss the problems you might have or issues you might have, and we will solve them, okay?
So did I understand it right? We do not submit it anywhere. We just do a task, and if we are happy with the result, we move to the next one, right?
Yes, yes, totally, you're right. If you have any questions, just ask, okay? Okay, then please start working on the task, and if you have questions, just write on the chat or ask. So how was your success, guys? Do you have any questions or problems? Let me ask then. Davlat Magzumov, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
How was your success?
Actually, I have some problems with the Java, with actually
What is-
understanding class.
What?
I cannot compile any file.
Why don't you why can't you compile? Share your screen and show us your problem.
Okay, wait a minute. Where is it? No. So I started just now. I have now just started writing in Java,
Okay.
and this is just simple code. I can't understand why doesn't it compile.
Why don't you have IntelliJ IDEA?
What's idea is IntelliJ?
JetBrains, yeah, IntelliJ IDEA. Before the
But
previous
but
lab,
it's Atom. But it's Atom.
yes,
It's
but
JetBrains too.
before the previous lab, we have sent you the instruction how to use JetBrains, right?
I didn't find them. Where are they?
Really? It should be on the chat. Okay, anyway, so try to compile it.
Okay. Sorry, can you repeat one more time what ID it is and and where is the instructions?
Okay,
Sorry,
do you?
I think that you haven't sent any instruction
Well, it
into
should
our
be.
group.
It should be on the representatives group. Just a second. Mhm. Okay. Okay, I couldn't find it, but I will find it. Anyway, just you use JIntelliJ, JetBrains. Okay, I have sent the link to your to the Telegram group. So open it and try to install the ID. So Davlat, what was the error? Show screen share your screen.
Actually, it does not compile. It doesn't show any errors, anything.
Why?
But I have downloaded the Java plugin, but what's this? Eclipse? What does Eclipse want from me? So
how
it
do you
does not
compile?
run. So
How do you compile it?
using shortcut Control Shift B.
Well, do
Actually,
you have JDK installed? Oh, okay, you have some encoding errors. Okay, so I have sent the JetBrains link to the Telegram group, and please try to install it, okay?
okay.
Okay, what about others? Has anyone succeeded with the exercise? Well. Daniel Latifov, are you here?
I am here.
So how is your success?
Task or what?
Yeah, task with task.
I started writing. I wrote a shape class and a triangle class that extends it, and I'm writing an area and perimeter methods for it.
Okay, do you have any questions, problems?
Not yet, I don't.
Okay, if you have, please ask. Who else? Anna Kopeikin, are you here?
Yes, I'm here and I have implemented shape class sizer, but I'm doing right now is circle. Like,
Okay, do you have any problems?
no.
Okay, great. So has anyone succeeded with the exercise 1? No one? Really?
In progress.
Okay. Albert Akmur Khametov, sorry if I spelled your name incorrectly. How is your success?
Well, I've done an interface of shape and now implemented for circle, rectangle, square, triangle, and now in progress ellipse implementation.
Okay, please share your screen and show your solution to us, because uh, we are too slow, you know.
Can you see screen?
Okay, yes, we can see.
Well, I have just an interface of a shape with area and perimeter function because I don't know how to what I can add to interface
Yes,
anything.
yes, yes. Sorry, Albert. Sorry,
Mhm.
just a second. Guys, in case if you do not know interface in Java, it's like an abstract class, but this is more abstract, which means it cannot have any properties. It can have only just, let's say, methods, abstract methods. So keep on, please continue, Albert.
Mhm. And I have an implementation for almost every shape. For example, for triangle, I have A, B, C. I'm using lengths of sides, uh, which are passed to constructor with assertion that it is valid triangle, and override its interface functions and declared how to calculate area and perimeter,
Okay,
and
great,
the
great.
same with others.
Okay, rectangle, yes. And for your, can you open your rectangle? Yes. Um, and okay, first of all, here you have on the 12th line of your code, you have the declared private double A and B, right?
Yes.
Okay, but in your elite triangle, I think it was right. Can you open triangle? So it
Yes.
was, it is, they are private final double, right?
Oh, yes.
And the
Final
question
means
is,
why I didn't put it in rectangle.
no, why did you
Ah,
use final in triangle?
because I guess that I will not change them again, and instead of that, I will create another triangle.
Okay, maybe this is, let's say, according to your logic, yeah, this is correct, but please pay attention that this is in most cases not correct. I mean, in most cases, you're about to change your triangle, okay? I mean,
Okay.
in enterprise project, usually final is used to create constants. You got
I
it
just
right?
trying to implement an idea of immutable object.
Yes. Then it's a good solution, but you got the idea, right?
Yes.
Okay, guys. So let's move on. Thank you, Albert, for your solution. Let's move on. I will share my screen again. Just a second. Uh, yes. Yes. Where is, yes. So, guys, in case if you didn't finish exercise 2, Albert showed us how to complete this exercise 2. So the point was you have to create abstract class or interface for your shape and uh, define its methods through circle, rectangle, triangle, square, and ellipse, okay? So let's move on to exercise 3. And about exercise 3, you have to create two classes named book and author. Uh, and the author should contain properties such as name, email, and gender. And book should contain these properties, which you should see on the right part of the slide. There is also UML diagram. You see, they have illustrated book and author classes with the properties and relationship between book and author. You see that book can only have one author, right? And even you can see that UML diagram shows the modifier of properties. For example, you see the minus symbol on the left of the variables, for example, minus name, right? Which means your property should be private. The same for author. Class means public. So for example, in books, constructors and getters and setters, you see plus, which means you have to define them with plus. Do you have any question about exercise 3? So guys, start working on this exercise. So the only difference of this exercise is that the property of the property author of the book should be author. You see, it's not a primitive type like string, int, or double. It should be author. So guys, start working on this exercise. If you have questions or issues, ask them in group, share your screen. We will solve them.
Can I show the solution?
Yes, please.
Do you see my screen?
Yes.
So there's a public class also with fields like as string name and email and gender.
Okay.
And the class book, which has name also, price, and quantity. So there we have two constructors.
Okay.
One with name also and price, and another with quantity.
Okay.
There we have getters and setters, and method
The string.
toString, yes.
Okay, great. So I have one, let's say, comment on your, let's say, project overall. For example, you see the author and book classes are in the same package as others, right? For example, I see on the left navigation, author, book, calculator, cat, and all the,
Yeah.
right? So for, let's say, professional, let's say,
Of
way,
course.
you have to divide into packages, right? So,
Yes,
but
yes.
other parts, yeah, this is a good solution. Yeah, great. Thank you, Nikita, for your solution. So let's involve other guys as well. For example, Karina, how is your success? Is Karina here?
Yes.
How was your success with the exercises? Maybe you have some questions, problems.
I don't have any questions.
What about exercises? Did you solve it? Hello, Karina. Is everything all right? Okay, what about Khush Patel? If I spelled your name incorrectly, sorry. Khush, how are you?
Um, I am just downloading. It is ID is downloading.
What?
The ID is downloading.
Okay, what about exercises?
I understand the first one.
Okay, what idea were you using before JetBrains?
I downloaded Ellipse, but it is not comfortable.
Okay. But you can solve the exercises in Eclipse while the JetBrains ID is downloading, right?
I just deleted everything.
Okay. Then please, do you have any questions about, I don't know, Java, or maybe you have some syntax misunderstandings?
Not yet.
Okay, if you have questions, ask, okay?
Thank you.
Okay. Dmitry, how are you? Dmitry Pirozhenko.
I'm okay. I did the third task. Now I'm working on a fourth task.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, but I had some problems with the Visual Studio Code. But now everything is okay.
Okay,
And
you're
also,
using Visual Studio, okay.
Visual
So,
Studio Code. Yeah. Also, now I downloaded IntelliJ IDEA, but I will try to set up it after the lab. So yeah.
okay, if you have questions, please ask, okay?
Okay.
Okay, what about George Dmitry or Georgi Dmitry? Sorry if I misspelled the name.
Yeah, I'm doing task number 2 right now. I'm finished with success number 1 and number 3, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay. Zain Kanabekov, how are you, my friend?
No, I have just downloaded and now
Okay, do you have any questions?
no.
Okay. Mm,
Sorry, I have a question.
yes, please.
What's the difference between implement methods and override methods?
Implement methods and override methods.
Yes, like Albert wrote implement methods.
Yes, can you share your screen maybe if you have some case?
No, I just try to understand what the difference between these
Okay,
two
implements means you are for example, let me share my screen. They are synonyms. First of all, uh, just a second. For example, let me create some I don't know, car class. Let it be abstract and let it be have a class called abstract, not abstract, but just a void some go method, and it is just go. Let's imagine that it's just going right. So now let's implement some exact class, something like BMW. It will extend from car and it will override the method go. You see, right? What I'm doing here is that I will let's say disable superclass go. I mean, I will redefine this go method. For example, if in go we are the car was saying go, here we will say BMW go. You see, right here I am overriding the method. And now let's look at another case. For example, let's imagine car, for example. What else? Sorry, do you hear me?
Yes, a bit less.
Yes, sorry, I don't know why the Zoom was.
Yeah, I see now.
Yes, okay, great. So now let's create another now interface. For example, call it animal and void sound. And now I will create class called, I don't know, bird. And it will implement animal, and it will do what? It will implement a method called sound. You see, implementation means it will implement the interface, you see, but override means overriding the method. Here, I am also, how to say, overriding the method. You got it? Override means you are redefining the method with your own customization. Did I answer your
I get it, yes. So implements for interfaces.
Yes.
And okay, thank you.
You got it, right? Maybe, but you were asking implementation of method and overriding method. I think the question is a bit is not that clear. For example, implementing method means just defining it, and overriding method it means redefining it. I mean customization.
Okay, yes.
Okay, great. So guys, how was your success? Do you have any questions?
Need to create my own toString method, or I can use built-in Java toString method for my classes.
You mean, can you share your screen and what do you mean by Java's toString method, because you know Java's toString method just prints out, not prints out, returns the class name and hashes. Okay.
I define the public string to string method. It says me that it is overridden, and can I use the built-in Java class for getting string?
And what you want to do with this toString of Java's toString?
What this will return for my object?
Okay, just look at the definition. Look at the body. What it says get class, get name, right?
Yes.
Which means the default value of toString is it will print out the name of your class. You got it, huh? Then this at, or in Russian sabachka, then hash of your object.
Okay.
You got it, right? So you can
But
play.
I need to overwrite it.
Yes, just redefine it, and you will get rid of this hash and class name.
Need I write Sobachka override here?
Sabachka overwrite, you don't need it, but you have to.
When I need this decorator?
You need this you need this to point out that you are overriding from parents method, but I think it's not that necessary. I mean, compiler will know that you are overriding. So just look at this diagram. What diagram? What the UML diagram of author? Or here you can press Ctrl and Enter. Just remove this toString.
Okay.
And remove the method also. Okay, and Ctrl and Enter. You see toString. Yes, and choose the yes. Okay, you got it. It is
Yes. Okay.
for you.
It is generates this decorator.
Yes. By default, it generates.
Okay. Okay. But I I don't need to use it. Yes.
Well, usually you should use, but it doesn't mean that it's not an error. You got it, but it's more how to say. It should be more
it is for code beautification. Yes.
It's for code styling. You got it right, for clean code and so on.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, guys. Let me share. Let me show something for you. First of all, just a second. Yes. So guys, if you have any questions, just ask. I know that some of you have, let's say, good experience with Java. So you can jump to exercise 5, which is not mandatory. For example, now I will show you what can you do with, I will show you some interesting stuff that you can do with Java. For example, you can draw some shapes with Java using AWT packages. First of all, guys, it's not mandatory. So you will not be asked in your finals or in your homework assignments, draw such shape or work with AWT, okay? So this is just for you to make the Java more interesting for you. So now we will try to solve this exercise 5 and draw oval shape using AWT. Okay, let me share my idea screen. Just a second. I have to share in a different way. Uh, mm, so, yes. So you see here we have frame class. First of all, in order to use such, let's say, in order to draw such shapes, you don't have to install third-party libraries, install some libraries from GitHub or download another tools. You just have to install AWT packages in such a way, which is included in GDK by default, okay? You just import and that's all. So then you have to define frame which your shapes will be drawn on. Then you have to add some shapes. For example, I have added oval. What is this oval class? Let's move to the definition. Oval class extends from canvas, and you have in constructor, for example, you have to set its size, for example, 150 to 150 width and height, okay? Then you should override paint method in which you can set color. For example, we have set here red, set red. Then with this graphics, you can draw a lot of stuff. For example, here you have several methods such as fill polygon, fill arc, copy area, create, draw image, draw yes, draw line, and so on, so on. So fill oval means fill oval, draw oval and fill with some color, which is red in our case, right? And you should also set the coordinates, for example, starting with 0 and 0, coordinates with width of 300 and 100 pixels. So this is the oval class. And let's return to frame class. After you have added some components, you should also set layout. For example, I have set up grid layout with 1 row and 2 columns. Then you should set 400 by 400 side width and height to your frame. Then set visible true. Then in your main method, you just create this frame class and everything in the constructor, right? Now let's run this for this. Just a second. Yes, I think now you should be able to see. So let's run this method. So you see the red shape, right? So now we have just drawn this red oval. Now let's change its some properties. For example, it was red, right? Let's change to blue and let's change its size. Let's make it smaller. For example, 200 by, let's do 200 so that it should be circle. And let's rerun it. Oh, you see, now we have blue circle. So you see, we could do some interesting stuff with the with Java. Do you have any questions about this?
I guess no.
No. Okay, then let me. Okay, so if not, are you interested in this exercise or no?
Yes, I guess.
Okay, great. Then just a second. Then I will share the source code with you. You can just copy it on your ID. Where is the, yes. Uh, yes. So I have shared the source codes with you. Just copy it in your ID and fix the packages according to your, let's say, project. Then after that, just try to run it. Then try to, let's say, just a second. Yes. Try to solve this exercise 6, which you have to create two classes, oval and rectangle, which you have already oval class, right? Then you have to draw these two shapes next to each other. If you are interested, just do this exercise. But once again, it's not necessary. It's not mandatory. Sorry, and let's say this is optional exercise, and this is for you to make the Java more interesting. And do you have any questions about this?
No, no questions.
Okay, great. Then let me talk a little bit about PSP. So you see this table, right? So here you can, let's say, organize how you are spending your time, or you can get more info about the time you spent on some activities. For example, you can make such table. Of course, you can integrate with the toggle. For example, here you see different several columns, date, start, stop, and so on, so on. For example, on date, you will write the date that you have worked on some activity. Then you have to uh, let's say uh, write the time that you started on a particular task, then stop that you completed on some time, right? Then interruption time. For example, somebody interrupted you. Maybe your friends or your parents called you and you were working on the assignment or on the activity, right? Then you will just pause in the toggle and you will resume when you start working again. And in delta time, you will write the, let's say, factual time that you have worked on the activity name on the activity column, and comments, some columns, maybe somebody interrupted or you did well or you had some problems. So by doing so, you may have some more information about the time that you are spending. So guys, do you have any questions about Java or today's lab?
No.
No, thank you.
You're welcome. Maybe, I don't know how to say. So please install JetBrains IntelliJ IDEA. It's really convenient and advanced for you. If you do not have any questions, we can finish our lab, today's lab. So again, no questions?
No.
Will you upload the recording of this lab into Moodle?
Sorry?
Will you upload these labs?
Yes, sure. I will upload this lab, the recording of this lab onto the Moodle.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you guys. Goodbye. If you have any problems, write. Okay. Till the next time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Welcome. Bye. Till the next lab.
I have one question.
Yes, please.
What about attendance?
Yes, I have, let's say, tracked your attendance.
Okay. Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you.